Nothing gives you back to school vibes more than a campus novel. And in today's video, I'm super excited to share 5 contemporary campus novels that you should add to your reading list. Welcome back to the Biblio Lifestyle channel, where we're reading and living better together. If you haven't already, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you're the first to know what's new when I go live and when new videos are uploaded. Today, I'm super excited to share with you 5 campus novels that will give you all the back to school vibes. Now, if you reflect on your back to school days and you think of them fondly, maybe you didn't care for them much, maybe you're completely indifferent, or you just hated it, that's fine. The good news is you don't have to revisit your exact experience. You can live vicariously through these characters. You can agree with them, you can shake your head and wondering, what the hell are they doing? Either way, these books will transport you to universities and colleges and back to experiences that might be familiar or completely brand new to you. Now, if you're in school, maybe these are relatable, maybe they're so far out, and they're just entertaining. But either way, one thing's for sure, these books will keep you turning the pages. So I have 5 campus novels. These are very literary reads, they're very character driven, and they're oh so good. Now, the first book on my list is a debut. And instead of the student, this one focuses on a teacher, a beloved English professor at that. But when her husband, right, so husband and wife, they're both professors, and we're focusing on the wife, and when her husband faces a slew of accusations against him by former students, and the accusations are for sexual misconduct, the situation becomes very complicated for her. And then let's compound it even more, right? Let's make her life even more chaotic, because as she's dealing with the fallout that comes with all these accusations made against her husband, she ends up being fixated on a young novelist at the school. The book I'm talking about, just in case you haven't figured it out, is Vladimir by Julia May Jonas. Oh my gosh, this book is so good. It really dives into the internal conflicts that this woman is going through. We see the complexities with her relationship. So the complexities with her husband, right, who is facing all these accusations. They both work at the same school. They also have a daughter, and kind of seeing them navigate that. And then her, I guess you could say, catching feelings, you know, for this young novelist who is also married, mind you. And it just, yeah, there's just lots of things wrapped into this one, but it's brilliant. And it's a quick read. It really, really is. Now, this is a great campus novel, I feel, because you really get the complexities of university life from a professor point of view. You get to see the power dynamics in academia and just the relationship between, like, you know, personal relationships and intellectual relationships, and just how these are kind of similar to and different and sometimes mirror life as well as it does in literature. So this is very engaging. It's very witty. There is social commentary in here as well. You see the modern dynamics of academic life and social life. And it's just, this book has so much depth. It really does. So yeah, I mean, look, if you want to read a story where the professors are at the center, they're the ones facing the heat, then I recommend Vladimir by Julia May Jonas. The second book on my list is a brilliant novel. Again, all these books are brilliant, but this one is so good. And it centers on an introverted student who's Black and queer from Alabama, who is now pursuing this degree, this postgraduate degree in a Midwestern state and a Midwestern university town. And we see him kind of get really distanced from his friend. There's some complicated relationships involved. It's set over a weekend with some complications arriving. And yeah, it's just so good. It's really a story about, you know, personal and academic life, and what happens when both collide, and if you can really handle it all. And the book I'm recommending is Real Life by Brandon Taylor. I've been giving you all the teasers ahead of time. Let me know in the comments if you guessed them before I reveal the actual title. But Real Life is a solid read. This book made me a Brandon Taylor fan. So yes, Real Life by Brandon Taylor really interrogates the complexities of friendship in this Midwestern town. And it follows our main character, like I said. He's a Black student from Alabama, and we see him having to navigate his postgrad degree while also confronting some truths and secrets that are deep, deep, deep in the shadows of his past. And we see him, as a result, being very distant from his friends. We see complicated relationships amongst them. We see all his armor come falling down over this weekend. It's set in the summer, mind you. And we see people getting confronted. We see some unexpected encounters. There's some hostility. There's some love and desire. And this is really a story about personal wounds, right? So even though he's at school, he's dealing with a lot of personal baggage. This book is brilliant, and it really forces us to interrogate the self through our main character, Wallace. I really enjoyed it. There's intimacy, there's love, there's violence, there's friendship, and this is a reminder to check on your friends. Okay, yes. Anyways, Real Life by Brandon Taylor, I highly recommend. The third book on my list is about a group of graduate students who are seeking revenge on a professor after the professor ruined the lives of one of their friends. Okay, it is wild, but I had so much fun. I think this is a must-read campus novel. I mean, all 5 of these books are must-reads, but this one is so good. Obsession, competitiveness, just power dynamics. It's a really powerful narrative, and this one centers on aspiring writers. So a group of aspiring writers seek revenge on their professor. Have you figured the book yet? The one I'm talking about is We Wish You Luck by Caroline Zancan. So good. So like I said, this is about a group of graduate students, their friends, and we see them seek revenge on the professor after the professor kind of ruins the life of one of the people in their friend group. So we see them having to navigate their obsessions and their ambitions in this competitive school environment, right? The campus is really intense. We also see themes of friendship and love and creativity and even death intertwine as we follow their friendship and their journey. There's even some envy involved. And we see them individually as well as their shared experience together. Now, what I think makes this book brilliant is we really get the intensity and the competitiveness of campus life. We also get to see the dynamic between student and professor and the relationship between them. We also get to see the personal growth and the challenges students face as they are pursuing their dreams. So the campus of the school is a perfect backdrop for all the drama. It is so compelling. It's relatable, I feel, for anyone who has academic background and they've experienced these high pressured environments. But yeah, so good. This is up there on the must read campus novels list. And it's We Wish You Luck by Caroline Zancan. Book number 4 on my list is another book about another group of friends. So We Wish You Luck was about writers. This one, artists. And they have a rivalry. They're going to this school. We see them having to navigate and discover themselves. So we see a lot of identity coming to the forefront, authenticity, how to stay true to yourself without losing yourself in the process, and just so much more. This is very compelling. And the 4 artists we follow in this book, I mean, you won't soon forget them, I feel. And the book I'm talking about is Sirens and Muses by Antonia Angress. Now, again, we follow a group of friends, 4 artists. Let me say that because the rivalry is stiff.
Now, I think what really made this one relatable for me is because we get to see these students, these artists, going to school during the recession, a really difficult time. So we see them, this is like 2010-ish, and we have a scholarship student having to navigate this environment of, wealth and so on. And she has this roommate who is very, I guess you could say, socially conscious kind of thing. But then we see them end up together in this super competitive art scene. And I think that is the big theme in this book, and just how it disrupts their lives, and tensions ratchet up, and how they have to really confront themselves and their identities and their desires. And they have to decide hey, am I just going to do whatever it takes to get here, or am I going to be authentic and true to myself? We also see them having to challenge social norms and having to navigate what money can provide for you if you're of a certain social class, and what success really looks like. So this is heavy on the societal pressures, while you also kind of get a portrait of money and class and what success is and how to be authentically yourself. So for artists, big rivalry, and we see how they navigate during college and then life afterwards. So I hope you read Sirens and Muses by Antonia Angress. And the last book on my list, book 5, is a story that centers on a teacher again, but also her students. This is set at a boarding school, and it's a school for deaf students. And we really get to see the teacher-student relationship, the political, the familial, even the romantic kind of come up in this story. It's really compelling because you really get to experience just the transformative experience of a teacher and her students. And it really intertwines the lives of diverse characters and just what it means to be human and how we connect. And the book I'm talking about is True Biz by Sarah Novak. So True Biz, like I said, it follows a teacher and her students at a boarding school. And this is a school for the deaf. So some of the central characters at the center of the story, we have a transfer student who's a bit rebellious. We have a golden child. We even have a headmistress, and we get to see her kind of navigate her life at school, but also her marriage as well. So we really get to see like how these characters' lives are intertwined. Children, teens are going to be teens. They don't want anyone telling them what to do. They just want to do normal teenager things instead of everybody else telling them what to do. But so ultimately we get to see how these students' lives kind of, they revolve around each other, but they also intertwine at the same time. I thought this book was just beautifully done. It was beautifully written. And I highly recommend True Biz by Sarah Novak. Alrighty, so there you have it. 5 campus novels to give you all the back to school vibes and books worth adding to your reading list. So the first book is Vladimir by Julia May Jonas. The second book is Real Life by Brandon Taylor. The third book is We Wish You Luck by Caroline Zancan. Book 4, Sirens and Muses, and book 5, True Biz by Sarah Novak. But friends, let's continue the conversation in the comments. First, let me know if you've read any of these books or if any of them are on your reading list. And I'd also love to get your recommendations too, so be sure to share some of your favorite campus novels in the comments as well. Now, if you're interested in learning even more about campus novels, I have a separate video where I talk about campus novels and the difference between campus novels and academic novels. We talk about their similarities and their differences. So if you'd like to learn more about this subgenre of contemporary literature, I'll include a link to that video in the show's description.
Now, I'd really appreciate your support if you would like this video and share this video. Tell a friend to tell a friend about Biblio Lifestyle, but also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And be sure to have your notifications turned on so you're the first to know what's new when I go live and when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching.